What's up, tech fans? Kevin here, bringing you guys my personal favorite top 5 PC games of 2014. Now, just to be clear, these are my personal favorite ones, not necessarily objectively the best. They're not listed in any particular order, and I haven't gotten a chance to play every single game that came out this year, so if your favorite one's missing, make sure to let us know down in the comments. Now, with that being said, let's kick things off with Dragon Age Inquisition. Now, the game's controls could honestly do with a little bit of a makeover, and the multiplayer has literally zero need to exist, but the rest of this game manages to completely make up for it with me. The story is a noticeable improvement over 2, though that's honestly not hard to do, and I found myself loving just about the entire cast of characters with one very noticeable exception. One of its greatest strengths, though, lies in its terrific balance between having story-driven missions and open-world environments whose main purpose is to be a source of XP grinding, but are handled in a way that still makes them really engaging. The series has certainly changed its tone from the original, and while it's not the kind of RPG I'd wish it to be, the kind that Dragon Age Origins originally attempted to revive, Inquisition does a fantastic job bringing it in this new direction while still bringing an adventure that's grand in scale and enjoyable. Now, next up is another multi-platform title, and honestly one of my personal top 5 games of the year overall, and that's the second game from Supergiant Games, Transistor. This indie title brings a near perfect mix of beautiful art, a fantastic soundtrack, an interesting story and setting, with core game mechanics that are not only original, but really interesting. Experimenting with the game system rewards players with extra tidbits of story, and while some moves are abusive enough to make the late game pretty easy your first time through, the game does offer New Game Plus modes and challenge missions for those wanting to test their skills. While it offers the least number of hours out of the games on this list, it's also some of the most concentrated bliss and one of the easiest games on your wallet to come out this year. Now, third on the list is another indie title, and if you haven't heard of it or haven't played it yet, you're probably going to think it's a little weird at first, but it deserves to be here just as much as the other games, and that's Shovel Knight. Now, at first glance, you might think that this game relies solely on people having nostalgia for retro games, but it is so much more than that. Shovel Knight combines and refines some of the best aspects of classic games like Mega Man, Castlevania, and Mario Bros., but goes a step further by having a lot of design mechanics that are original and unique to it. While old in style, the game looks as though it would have been one of the most gorgeous games of its time that it's trying to recapture, and offers level design and bosses that are not only fun, but extremely challenging. If you're a fan of old-school platformers or just games that set out to test your skill, Shovel Knight is one of the must-grabs of this year, especially at its price point. Next up is the most recent title on this list. It was the surprise hit that came out just earlier this month, and that's the first-person puzzle game, The Talos Principle. Following in the footsteps of Valve's super popular Portal franchise, The Talos Principle is a more serious-toned adventure with a more passive story with deep roots in philosophy. The game's mechanics are slowly and purposefully expanded upon with time, and gives players a degree of freedom in what order they do which puzzles, giving you the ability to tackle things at your own pace. What starts off as pretty simple slowly becomes considerably more complex and challenging, and the game's atmosphere in terms of both its world design and music does an excellent job of capturing players' attention for the long haul. Best of all, the game is designed in a way that works for both people looking to just lose a few days just playing it non-stop, or those that just want to take a little time each day solving a puzzle or two with what little free time they have. Now, as I said earlier, this list hasn't been done in any particular order, but if I had to rank them, this one would definitely be the main competitor for the #1 top spot, and that's Divinity Original Sin. Now, admittedly, this game is a little more niche than the others and holds most of its appeal to fans of old-school PC RPGs, but what really jumps out to me about this game is that for a game of its size and scale, it still feels like a true labor of love and not just a formulaic big hit seller. There's a ton of detail put into the game's mechanics, and its writing hits a sweet spot between being a serious adventure and having some great comedic moments. One thing that makes this RPG uniquely amazing, though, is its approach to co-op, in that it just doesn't simply make it so that two players can make characters and fight together, but that they can even argue and debate over what choices are the right ones to make, and even play rock, paper, scissors when both refuse to back down. It's not for everyone, but if you're a fan of classic RPGs, then this is one of the best attempts to bring that old school flavor into modern gaming, completely worth playing by yourself or with a friend. So there you have it, my favorite PC games of 2014. As I said, I left a lot of stuff out of this list. I had quite a few I had to consider and struggled over choosing, and there were some big games that I just ended up missing out on. So if your favorite game was on the list, please make sure to let us know down in those comments. As always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to let us know with that thumbs up button. We've done a lot of other top 5 videos that if you missed out, you might want to make sure you check out. And don't forget to subscribe as well, because we've got a lot more great content planned for you guys in 2015. Now, before I get out of here, though, I do want to give a huge thank you to Hulu Plus for helping make today's video possible. Hulu Plus offers all the currently airing episodes of series like Flash, Bob's Burgers, and Modern Family, and you can even watch every single episode of other shows like South Park and Family Guy. It works on your computer, smart TV, Roku, Apple TV, Xbox, Wii, PlayStation, basically any streaming device you may already own. It's only $7.99 a month, but Tech Tomorrow fans can get a 2-week free trial by going to huluplus.com/TOT.